Hello everyone once again and welcome back to PAX and Recreation, and today we are cracking a March of the Machine collector booster box. I have a problem, not because I'm buying this type of shit, but because I always say collector's booster box and it's just collector booster. It doesn't have an S, doesn't have an apostrophe, but in my head is a booster for collectors, which will make more sense, I guess. That collector booster will be collector's booster. I don't know, just me and grammatics, I guess, and likely wrong. So I think that the folks at Wizards figured this out better than me, so I'm going to defer to them. So as usual, what we have here, just a bunch of waste of money. In the case of March of the Machine, they are the Legends of the Multiverse, which is where most of the investment is recouped, if you want to consider this an investment. Besides that, this is, well, for good old fun and getting some good old variants of cards. March of the Machine is still a good set in terms of... Jesus. Okay. This is... There you go. This is some hard... Like, this wrapper is very hard. Like, I mean, look at that. Or I'm just getting old and losing strength. I don't know. Up to you, really. Let's see. Windscarred Crag. I'm just going to jump over. Basically, they are bent, and this was my fault. So this is on me because I just refused to open stuff with a cutter knife or something. Let's put fire here, right here. Halo Hopper. So March of the Machine is still a good set in more than one sense, I will say, but they kind of get overshadowed because of having another set inside of its boosters, which is well, the Legends of the Multiverse. It kind of overshadowed it a little bit, but it has some variety. Recently I played against people using battles in their deck, non-ironically, and it's very interesting. It's a very interesting mechanic in terms of how they shift the gameplay so that you have to protect it if you don't want to suffer the consequences. The lands are beautiful, by the way. Ooh, Zurgo and Ojuntai. See, like, these team ups, which are obviously made for Commander, still very nice. Ooh, Hidatsugo and Kairi, and all the art styles, all the stuff. When we finish this video, you will see that most of the cards are in the multicolor pile because Commander, ha. And this is a Commander card, by the way. Egar the Freezing Flame. Look at that card. It's a beautiful card. Not very useful, but beautiful card nonetheless. A Edge Foil. Zada Hedron Grinder. This is a Multiverse Legend card. Progenitor Exarch. Foil white art. Nice. Not bad. And Croxa, Titan of Death's Hunger. Look at that art. Look at that foil. It's the rainbow foil, or whatever it's called. Jeez, look at that. Very nice looking. This is one of the few that you can actually read the card, so that's something to be thankful. And a warrior token that is also a spirit token. So there you go. I've been recording some Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh videos recently, so I no longer remember how you are, like, the lineup for the magic cards, and you actually don't have that many types of magic cards, so I don't have to spread it so much. Overall, the set and the cards are not that bad. I think some of the hate that Wizards is taking, which is deserved in a lot of ways, just overflow to this set. I mean, the set is not bad, but obviously it gets overshadowed by the greed and the 300 versions of cards and all that stuff. That because otherwise, I mean, from an artistic perspective, it's like, my God, look at this! Like, what a beautiful looking card, and transcendent message. Like cards like these, very nice looking cards, amazing cards. I was missing blue. That's the thing. I was like, why do I have, like, there's something missing. We didn't get a blue card until now. Fairy Mastermind. White art. Nice looking. I still have problems with the fact that that's a person's face. Elspeth's Talent. Nice looking card right there. Tetsuko Umezawa, Fugitive. Nice. Valduk, Keeper of the Flame, Rainbow Foil. Look at that thing. The card is not that good, but geez, look at that. Not bad. Trana and Linvala. Wow, a beautiful looking card. Now, if it's good or bad, well, I mean, this is kind of a commander, basically, to be honest. Come on. But it's a beautiful looking card. Look at that thing. Yeesh. Ooh, Ragavan. You, of all people, here in my place, a foil Ragavan. Ooh. Immediately, this box has paid for itself because of Ragavan. So there you go. This is basically a Ragavan lottery. Ragavan Nimble Pilferer in foil. Actually, yeah, it's a normal foil or an edge foil. I don't know how to differ. No, it's a normal foil. It doesn't scratch my fingers when I touch it. But yeah, Ragavan. Beep, 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 beep. So there you go. And an incubator token. There's also a Fire Action token. Nice. So we can stop opening boxes, people. The video just paid for itself. That's how you go. And thank God that I started to open boosters like this instead of my normal. Like, look at that. They're like extra glued. Like, geez. I know they are collector boosters and they're supposed to protect your investment, but geez. So the more time it passes, the more I understand people just like open them with a knife. At the beginning, when I started, watching videos of people opening cards and stuff, I was like, why are those psychopaths opening cards with a knife? And as time passes, I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, obviously, you need to be very careful and you need to cut exactly the place where you don't want to cut the cards, but yeah, it's a lot better. Although now these ones are perfect. Perfect, as good as Wizards allows them to be. Invasion of Ergamon. Some of the invasion cards are like crazy good looking. Look at this. Look at these planes, man. Jeez, it's beautiful. That's why we play the game. Etali, Primal Conqueror. Nice. Transforms into Etali Primal Sickness. Nice. Elder Dinosaur Commander, not bad. Heliod, the Radiant Doll, that transforms into Heliod, the Warped Eclipse. I remember the reaction of the public in the Magic Con event. Mist Meadow Vanisher. Creature, Kittling Wizard. Commander card, but white art commander card, not bad. Firja, Judge of Valor. Look at this card. I mean, you can say whatever you want about the game, Wizards and stuff, but from an artistic perspective, look at this thing. This is basically what sold me on March of the Machine, that got me hyped. I was like, oh my god, can you imagine like the cards with the borders, the way etched Yargle Glutton of Urborg, like with the borders. Ooh, Shieldred. With the every card with its plain border and stuff like that, like crazy. And the True Scriptures. And Kahira, the Orphan Guard. Nice looking card that basically looks like a Secret Lair card. Look at that thing. Whoa. Amazing. Triple looking, but amazing. And an Incubator transforms into a Fire Action. See, this is technically that's how you should open them. Like, I normally just open them like the other way if I want to preserve a wrapper, but I already have one, so kind of whatever, right? And they'll still get bent if you're not careful. A normal land, which is kind of weird in these packs, but I will take it. Furtive Analyst, sorry. Wear Trained Slasher, Cut Short, and that's how Tamiyo just died. And now we're supposed to just be happy with Tamiyo's son, which I guess collective nightmare. Island. Nice looking island. And Omnath, Locus of All. Nice. Ancient Imperial Sword. Crazy. Cutthroat Negotiator. This is from the Commander decks, but the white art, nice. Quende, Pride of Femeref, nice. Quende, Prime of Femeref, well, in this case, an edge foil, so nice, I guess. Again, Boombringer Valkyrie, one of the first cards that they show when they spoil the set, nice. And Gigantha, the Wellspring, in edge foil, yeah, nice. And Ragavan, first made Ragavan in foil, nice. And Phyrexian Saproling. The good old times when Ragavan was just a token and not a format breaking monkey card. Someone likes One Piece too much because that card is too broken for what it is. War Historian, My Bones Heart, Edge Familiar, A Plains. Sometimes you just enjoy a plain land, like normal land. Phyrexian Awakening, Invasion of Moag, transforms into Boom Wielder Dryads. Not bad. Goes to multicolor. You will see multicolor is going to be the biggest pile, no doubt. Swamp. Look at this swamp, baby. This is jeez. Elspeth Stalin, but like the normal card in this foil, which is nice. This is the commander card. Yargle and Multani in Dominaria Stain as style. Gotta love it. Blight Titan. This is from the commander decks. Phyrexian Giant. This is from the Phyrexian Cat deck, if I recall correctly. Emoti, Celebrant of Bounty. Nice. And I think this is edge foil. Yeah, I think. Like, nice looking or not. I don't know. I have to take my gloves off to feel it. Ooh, Rough Weatherlight Stalwart in rainbow foil. Look at that thing. Looks like a religious figure. Oof. Yeesh. Pylon. Amazing looking card. White art foil. Jeez, look at that. Again, from an artistic perspective, this thing slaps. And Jorion, Sky Nomad. Oh, again, a secret layer card. Look at that thing. Beautiful. And an elemental token, which is very nice looking, and a Phyrexian Hydra. With this, we will be halfway there, or living on a prayer. Marauding Dreadship. Phyrexia OL1 has a card that is basically a ship that's also the person that's taking the ship, like Caront, and has a mouth and stuff. And March of the Machine also has a ship with teeth. I know what's up at Wizards, but that's a thing, apparently. Swiftwater Clift, Pyretic Prankster. I just fought the deck with a bunch of these. What a nightmare. Stroke the Flames. Nice. Invasion of Regatta or Regatta. Disciples of the Inferno. A mountain. Doesn't look too much like a mountain, but... Polukranos Reborn. Legendary creature Hydra. Yeah, baby, yeah, and it transforms into Polukranos Engine of Ruin. Nice. 100% green. Next, Sea Double. 2 and 2 blue. This spell can be copied. Choose an opponent. Choose one. If an opponent has 8 or more cards in the graveyard, you may choose both. Copy target spell. You may choose new target for the copy and create a token that's a copy of target creature. What a nightmarish card. Mirror Style Master. Again, copy. Well, a copy for red, so everyone gets a copy. You get a copy, you get a copy. Shanna Caesar's Legacy. Again, beautiful looking. You can argue that it doesn't look like magic, but you know, it looks beautiful. Eagar the Freezing Flame in edge foil. Look at that thing. I have my debates with edge foils because they don't bend, or they don't bend as much. Ooh, Zimon and Dina, what the Like they don't bend as much. See, like they are more resistant to bending, but they look like more dull, in my opinion. So there's that. But geez, Simone and Dean. I don't know if like one black, one green, one blue. Legendary creature. Look at that. Legendary creature. Like that card is beautiful, my friend. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Tap, sacrifice another creature, draw a card. You might put a land card from your hand to the battlefield tapped. If you control 8 or more lands, repeat this process once. This looks like a great commander, but even more important, look at that beautiful card, man. Amazing. Sorry, I just love art. So there's that. And Umori, the Collector. This is like 300% a Secret Lair card. You can't tell me you don't see this in the main page of Secret Lair. Come on. And an Incubator, that's a fair action. They really hammer those double-faced tokens. So we're halfway. So far, I'm not checking numbers because, to be honest, I don't care that much. Normally, after editing, I'm like, oh, okay, the card was very valuable, which sometimes justifies my reactions or lack of reactions to certain cards. But so far, I can tell you that the most crazy thing we got was Ragavan, because Ragavan. But in terms of beauty, that card, man, I mean, this thing, Simone and Dina, like, geez, baby, the mix between the card, the border, everything, that thing is beautiful. Someone call the police. The mirror, Order of the Mirror, Order of Alabaster Host, Scornblade Berserker, Elspeth Smite, and this is how Elish Norman died. A forest, very nice looking forest. And the party starts. Realmbreaker, the Invasion Tree. Nice. Archpriest of Shadows. Path of the Schemer. Full art black, not bad. Flynn the Fangbearer. In this case, not the best of cards, but amazing looking card. Rayav Mastersmith, everyone that's from Legends of the Multiverse, that's pretty much what you get. This is an edge foil, not bad. Whenever creature you control that's enchanted or equipped attacks, that creature gains double strike until the end of turn. Nice. Ooh, Etali Primal Conqueror, but the Ixalan card. Nice. Legendary creature, Elder Dinosaur. And the problem with the Ixalan cards is that they are kind of boring because they have that coin thing going on. And then the Italy Primal Sickness, which is another coin. Because, yeah. But, you know, nice looking nonetheless. And the last card of the booster is Zirda the Downwaker. Again, not sure if it is that good of a card, but it's certainly taking the spot for best looking. Crazy looking card. Jeez. And an Incubator token, that's also a fair action. So there's that. Up next. Red Cap Heel Slasher. Heel Slasher. Overgrown Pest. That was my name in college. Aki Scrap Jumper. Mirrodin Avenged. Feels kind of cheap that Karn is the one doing that because it's like, I know it's a stylistic choice, but this was not that big, Elish Norn's thing. And I know it's because you have Mirrodin Fallen or something, which was like the opposite of this card, but Karn was kind of at fault for much of what happened. So it feels very cheap that he's the one like, Avenge is like, my brother, you caused most of this. Like, it would be like if Sorin killed the Eldrazi and be like, yeah, I forgot the name of the plane from where Sorin is. What's the name of the Gothic plane? Yeah, well, you get the point. Sorin said something along the lines of, we breached the multiverse. Nice, nice. I mean, the card is kind of interesting looking, but the card is good if you can pull it. That is, Jargalan Multani again. Can you believe it that I don't remember the name of the Gothic plane? Locktwine Lancer, one of the commander cards. Ooh, Jury Master of Review. Nice looking card. I don't know if the card is that good, but nice looking card nonetheless. And an edge foil Timaret Chosen from Death. Its toughness is equal to my devotion to black. And 1 black, exile up to 2 target cards from graveyards. You gain 1 life for each creature card exiled this way. City on Fire. This City's on Fire. Convoke. If a source you control will deal damage to a permanent or player, it does triple that damage instead. And the last is, again, Judith, the Scourge Diva. But a nice looking card as well. Again, you can say whatever you want, but in terms of nice looking, they are nice looking. When everything is a special, nothing is a special. But at the very least, in terms of designs, the designs are all very nice looking. And I'm still here thinking about the name of the plane, of the Gothic plane. The one for Innistrad. Damn, I had to remember the sets like Eldritch Moon, Shadows over Innistrad. So the Mirroring Avenge thing will be like as if, you know, Sorin, after causing all the trouble with the Eldrazi, kills one and then goes, yeah, Innistrad Avenge is like, brother, you caused all the problems. Retreat peacefully and shut the hell up. Invasion of Karsus, Battle Siege, and it's a Refraction Elemental. Nice. Red. Red is strong in this pool. Complete the circuit. Okay, nice. This is when Quintarius, I don't remember the name, becomes a planeswalker. One of the few that become a planeswalker after everyone else lost their spark. Well, most of them lost their spark. Moira and Tesher, this is a commander card. This is a co-commander, if I recall correctly, for one of the decks. For the cat, for Action Cat deck. We have a video for that, analyzing those decks. Jargle, Glutton of Urborg. Nice. Tetsuko Umezawa, Fugitive in Edge Foil. See, like the Edge Foil cards are nice. They're a little bit stronger and they don't bend, so I prefer them, but at the same time they look kind of dull. I don't know, you have to play into them. Not all cards look great into that style. Hidetsugu and Kairi, nice. Ironically, I like Japanese style stuff, and this is not that great looking. Now this, Anafenza Kin-Tree Spirit. Look at that thing, amazing. However, at the same time, I feel that it should be like a colorless card because it's all gray and stuff, and it's just missing. It's just like double white. It's like doesn't make sense. And an elemental. That's also a Fire Action Hydra. So next. This is the third to last. Fire Action Archivist. Talking about colorless. There you go. Moment of Truth. The moment in which Elspeth had to decide, do I let the story unfold as intended, or do I just go in there and break the story in half because that's what Wizards wants me to? Storm the Seed Core. This is art. This card is art. Like this drawing, this painting comes into the, I have it here, into the booster boxes, in the set boxes. And like, look at that. Like that thing is beautiful, man. You can just frame that and it looks like a Renaissance paint. Like, look at that thing. Amazing looking. On the other side, you have Borogmos and Fizzlepith, which is also nice looking, but look at that thing. It's a shame. I think there is this card with a better border, I think. So that's the one to look after. Invasion of Kaladesh becomes Either Wing, Golden Scale Flagship. Plains, a very plain plane. Ancient Imperiosaur. Where they crack this one? Polukranos Reborn, we already cracked this one. It transforms into Polukranos Engine of Ruin. Nice. In a Constellation, I love the Constellation card. I think it's the best thing they did, period. Bright Palm Soul Awakener, one of the commanders from the commander decks. Inga Runais, very nice looking card. The card itself is kind of okay, but like the card looks amazing. Firja, Judge of Valor, again, this is the card, but in rainbow, this type, like, looks amazing. Looks kind of, I mean, it looks great, but the rainbow foil doesn't really fit it. It fits some cards and not others, in my opinion. Dusk Legion Duelist. This is one of the cards that you can tell that it wasn't supposed to be that good. They realized it was good. They were like, make it rare. And there you go. So, foil, white art, not bad. Broodyclad. Telcor Engineer. Nice. And a Phyrexian Mirror. There is also a Knight. So, second to last, let's see what the pack holds for us. Alabaster Host's Sanctifier. Blossoming Sands. Timberland Ancients. Searing Barb. A normal mountain, which sometimes you just want one of those. If everything is blink, then nothing is blink. Phyrexian Sensor, not sensor. Well, it's a sensor. Sandstalker Moloch, a mountain that doesn't look like a mountain too much, but no mountain nonetheless. Invasion of Ikoria, the land of kaijus, and it has Zilortha, apex of Ikoria. Look at that. Like, you have the fight here, and those are like the biggest creatures that Phyrexia has to send. You know, these green things over here, and they are fighting 1-1, and then comes Zilortha, and it's like, yeah. Actually, it says it in the card description. It says, Phyrexia's largest Goliaths storm the Ikoria, ready to challenge the world's great monsters. Zilortha wasn't impressed. Basically comes there and is like, bro, move to the side, please. Thank you. And turn down for what? Realmbreaker, the invasion tree. Nice looking. Legendary artifact. Icor Elixir, also commander card, white art. Nice looking as well. Timaret, chosen from death. Nice. Jury, Master of Review. This is an edge foil one. Sometimes I fail to notice if it's an edge foil or not until I see them and I'm like, okay, it's an edge foil because the colors are muted. Guardian of Girapur. Nice looking art overall. And Kroxa, Titans of Death Hunger. Look at that thing. Yeesh. I don't know who invented the constellation cards and when they did the Theros Beyond Dead, but I will marry that person. No joke. And last booster. Fun fact, I don't have that many cards from Theros Beyond Dead because I wasn't playing Magic back then. When I realized what was happening, I was like, what? And it was too late to actually buy anything. So one of my bucket list things is just to buy the entire set from someone, just because I love those cards. I love Theros as a concept, but I really love the Constellation cards. I love all the Greek mythology stuff and stuff like that. And the Constellation things is like, you just put two things that I love together, which are Greek mythology and constellations, because I'm a big Senseiya fan, right? So that's everything that I could wish for. Thank you. So that person that came up with that idea, maybe that person saw Senseiya as well. I don't know, but I certainly will marry that person. No joke there. Phyrexian Skyflare. A swamp. I love this card. It doesn't look like a swamp too much, but I love it. And let's see. The last batch of the last booster of this collector box. Let's see if we can get anything better than Ragavan. We don't, but whatever. Hidetsugo and Kairi. Again, I think we got this card like 3 times already. Into the Fire. Nice. It's like, oh, a bunch of Planeswalkers try to come, but now Rain and Chandra are enough. Because plots. Path of the Pyromancer. This is a commander card as well. Also Chandra. Radha, Coalition Warlord. Nice looking card. Looks like the beginning of Hercules from Disney. An Edge Foil Emoti, Celebrant of Bounty. Look at that. Legendary creature, Naga Druid. Nice looking. Brismas, Blight of Oreskos. This is the commander of the Phyrexian Cat deck. So basically, the commander of that deck. And an Edgefoil, Croxa, Titans of Death Hunger. Again, but I love it. I love it that it's Edgefoil and all that stuff. It looks great, but I like my constellations. Thank you very much. And an Incubator. So now, from the financial perspective, you have the math on the corner, I guess. But now let's see from each color what's the best one that we could pop. So on red, well, I have to, swallow my words because the Italy one looks kind of thick. See, because Italy is nice, but somehow this looks nice, even though it's kind of boring. Well, you have Ragavan there, but Ragavan is kind of meh, to be honest. So I'm not going to looking at this is about looks. Like this looks crazy because it's fire and the things. I'm going to put this here as well. This in H4 is kind of nice, but I think it's that. Obviously Ragavan is the most expensive card in this pile, but this just looks nice as hell, and this as well. I'm going with this one just to have some variety there. Italy Primal Conqueror. It's kind of boring, but at the same time it's kind of amazing looking, because it's a coin and stuff. It looks like a Power Ranger coin, so we're going with that. In terms of white, well, Guardian of Girapur is kind of nice. Dux Legend Duelist is amazing. Boombuilder Valkyrie. Quende looks very nice. Progenitor Exarch looks amazing. It's going to be this one. Guardian of Girapur just looks amazing. Look at that. Now for black. Vanquish the Weak. Breach the Multiverse. Mirroring Avenge, sure. The card is kind of ugly, to be honest. I know that they made it in the same style of the original one on purpose. Pylon looks beautiful. And Shieldred looks beautiful as well, so I'm kind of divided. But it's going to be Pylon. Let's put Shieldred in second place. Yep, it's going to be Pylon. Sorry, not sorry, because technically this is a better card, but look at that thing. It's just beautiful. So there is that. For blue, Nananina blue. This could win the first place, no doubt. This also looks great in edge foil. But this also looks great. But nah, it's going to be this one. And again, it's not the best card by any means, but it's just the craziest looking. Now, for green, I'm obviously biased with this one. With this one, I think it doesn't matter how many packs we open, this is always going to be in the top spot because that card is just hitting, right? See, Prolukranos always hits, and the constellation. I think I'm going with Prolukranos mostly because this card is always going to win. This card is beautiful, everything, the set, everything is beautiful. But me and my constellations, right? The only thing that could make this better is that if it was foil, to be honest. In terms of lands, well, not much to do here. I think this is the best looking land of all of them. I like this one a lot as well. And this one is very nice as a swamp. But between these two, ironically, both are swamps. The others kind of look like what they are supposed to represent, but not that much. Okay, the mountain. We're going with the mountain. The mountain just looks beautiful. And then let's go with colorless before we go to the most difficult one, which is going to be multicolor. I think Realm Breaker is going to be the one. This one is foil, but this is full art, so I guess we're going with full art. Hail Hopper just looks amazing as well. But I think it's going to be Realm Breaker. And last, multicolor. Let's see what's the best looking multicolor card. So we have a bunch of stuff to pick up. Look at this Croxa, Titan of Death's Hunger. Man, Jesus. This is amazing. This is beautiful. You can hate. Wizards is wizard. Look at this. Now this one is. I don't have to. I'm gonna just shuffle them so you can see them. But I don't have to pick. I know. Look at this. So many amazing looking cards. Look at that thing as well. Jeez, baby. This one as well. Man, this slaps so much. But it's going to be this one. Zimon and Dina. Look at this card. It's basically a piece of art. Everything about the card is a piece of art. So that's it, pretty much. I hope that you like it. Let me know if you will pick different the thing. Well, we're missing tokens, but tokens we don't have that much to go. Well, tokens. Well, oops. This is a land here. We're going with Ragavan. Why not? It's gonna be Ragavan. But let me know what you think. Let me know if you will pick the different card for each pile. I don't know what you think about this pool. Let's see if in the core if how much it was worth it. But overall, I think it was a great pool, nice looking cards, some amazing looking cards, some commander stuff to just bling it out. Overall, I think it was very nice. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like and subscribe and all this stuff. And as usual, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your time. This has been Pax and Recreation. Have a nice time. Bye.